Hi everyone, my name is Rohini Matikali and I am your Washington TSA State President. In this fall leadership workshop, we will be learning about communicating and keeping your members engaged online through methods such as social media. This year, with the inability to communicate to members in person, it is going to be more important than ever to communicate effectively through online platforms and get the message out to the necessary members. In this workshop, we will have two main goals: communicate the message effectively and reach the necessary people. First, we are going to review some good practices and rules to use when communicating with your members this year. This will ensure that all the information gets across to your members well. Our first rule is to send out all communication early. With everything online, you will be relying on TSA members checking their online communication platforms to find messages from your TSA chapter. By sending things out early, you make it such that as many people as possible can see your message. Our second rule is to ensure that you set responsibility for your members to check their online communications. This will ensure that they see the messages that you send out. Our third rule is to highlight what is being said in the message. Don't fog the message with any unnecessary words. Our fourth rule is to always be semi-professional when dealing with the school or TSA organizations. You always want to make sure that if a teacher were to see this message, it'd be okay, so never use any inappropriate or offensive languages. Our final rule is to find a way where members can communicate their questions to you. Communication is two ways, so make sure that you set up this channel as well. Our first topic is on social media. So the main target of your social media should be members as opposed to parents or teachers. Social media is a more informal way of communicating to your members. Two examples of these include Instagram and Facebook. These are two great examples of places where you would want to post small infographics and small paragraphs as opposed to larger words in order to communicate a small message in a short amount of time. These social media should be professional and organized. You should never use any offensive or inappropriate language. Please remember that you are still representing your school and TSA on these accounts. We have provided you with a list of websites and applications to use for your social media, as well as a handout with a social media guide that you can fill out with your chapter officers. This will help you organize your social media into a more laid out place and plan out for the year. Let's walk through the social media guide together. First, we are going to think of any important dates that you would want to post for. In our social media guide, we have already included all the official Washington TSA official events and dates, but you can also add any chapter deadlines or events that you want to add, any holidays that you all agree to post for, any chapter recognition posts, or other reminders. Next, you need to decide which social media platforms you will be using. All platforms should be checked with your advisor and your school to make sure that they are approved for students to use. Please do not forget to do this. For a more optional portion, you can choose to decide on stylistic elements, such as colors, post templates, and design elements. This is a great way to involve chapter members who enjoy events like promotional design. Finally, with your social media plan completed, you need to remember to post all these items. Make sure to add all the necessary dates to a common calendar or organizational tool to keep track of when the next post is coming. You can also assign a member of your team to keep track of this and post all things on your social media. Another great way to communicate to members for people who don't have access to social media is through a group messaging app like Band, Remind, or Telegram. These are great ways to push out information such as short messages and reminders in order to get the information across. These messages should be short and quick, and they connect directly to people's phones so they can see them easily. Examples of messages to send over these types of communication are meeting reminders, links, important deadlines, and other reminders that need to be acted on quickly. Always remember to ask your advisor before you create any of these communication methods. The next form of communication we are going to be focusing on is emails. Since all of your members should have school emails, and emails are a very common form of communication, you can be able to use these to send mass communication to all your members and even include parents. We have provided you with some email templates that you can look at in order to create your own. Email templates are a great thing to do in advance in order to send reminders on big events and deadlines, or weekly updates that are routine. Remember to always be professional in your emails. And if you are sending them to parents as well, make sure to get them checked off by your team or your advisor. In your handout, you can view some example email templates that you can adjust for your needs. You do not need to complete your email templates for the entire year because you may not know which messages you will need to send out in the future. However, it is great to look at them to see what a professional email should look like to get an idea. Thank you for joining me today for our virtual fall leadership session on connecting and keeping your members engaged online. We hope that this will set your chapter up for a year of success. If you have any questions during our fall leadership workshop, please feel free to email me at rmattikall@washingtontsa.org or request a chapter visit online. Thank you.